Today, we are presenting the PSR-EW310, a new entry line keyboard from Yamaha, a little bit different than entry line. This one has 76 keys. We're going to take a listen to some of the sounds and show you some of the features. Stick around. Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in beautiful downtown San Antonio, Texas.
And I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our other channels as well. We have lots of videos. We're making lots of content for you guys. Please sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We love to interact with you guys and really appreciate all the support. Well, Ted, this is part 2 of our two-part series on the new Yamaha for fourth quarter at least. New Yamaha 2020. This is the PSR-EW310.
What I like about this one is it's right in the price range of the entry line keyboards, but it's hard to find an entry line keyboard that has 76 keys.
And I was thinking about, like, we were looking at a lot of the specs and the features of this. It's very similar to this 273, so make sure you check out that video too. I was thinking, why is this an offering from Yamaha? And I was like, this is a request from teachers a lot of the time, and I really believe the EW was born out of the requests from teachers, and a lot of teachers are saying, well, I'd like to give you guys an option for something very affordable as a new student. I want to give you the cheapest, or you only have to buy the cheapest thing that meet my requirements. But a lot of that requirement was I need there to be more keys. The 61 keys that are on the PSR 373 and the 273, it's a little smaller, a lot smaller. And when you play piano and when you have access to 88 keys, when you move all the way down to 61, it feels they took a whole bunch.
It's hard to octave in the bass and get a lot of the bottom sound in it.
And so 73 keys, I think you said it right when it came out of the box. You're like, this is good.
Yeah, this is really good. This is
76 keys.
76 keys, because I had told you that my original Fender Rhodes was a 73 key, and so there's 3 extra keys on the top end. It's more keys than I got with my Fender Rhodes.
Yeah, and so just a quality instrument from Yamaha. We had the opportunity to already check out the 373, but what Yamaha has done is they've kind of redone the sounds in this. They did a new sound, basically a new sound engine, and added a little bit more articulation in a lot of these sounds, especially the non-piano ones. They've added about 200 more voices, so you're up to about 644 voices. An insane amount of voices.
Right.
You have more styles now. They added about 60 more styles. You're in about 200 different styles built into the keyboard. But Ted, talk about style technology from Yamaha and why it's introduced at such a low level here, and it kind of works its way up the different lines.
The whole idea of this keyboard and what they've learned as a secondary response from educators over the last 30 to 40 years with the invention of digital keyboards is that these keyboards have essentially replaced a traditional orchestra class in a lot of elementary and junior high. This is a way to get familiar with all the instruments of an orchestra or a band. And likewise, when it comes to music, part of the styles that are there is everyone is familiar with pop or any kind of music they would hear on the radio. But some of these other styles, like there's not too many radio stations that are playing polkas and waltzes right now. So these styles are built in there as a way to show classical music and how it can be simplified into a 3/4 time or a 6/8 jazz waltz or even just a straight ahead 4/4 rock and roll. So these actually help teach rhythm.
It not only has the rhythm section, but if you hold the key in the section,
if you hold the key, it'll play for you.
So accompaniment.
There's accompaniment with it. It'll play for you. It'll play a 1-note chord, a 2-note chord, 3-note chord. You can change how much accompaniment it does until you actually get good enough to where you don't need it anymore. And so that's kind of it's an educational assist, it's a tutor and a practice assist, which is another thing these have in here. It has great lesson formats.
Yeah.
For not just for learning how to play the piano, but also learning how to touch. Learn the touch sensitivity and the difference in pressure, and then it also has the same feature that we saw on the last keyboard we did a video on, is that sweet articulation.
Yeah, super articulation.
Super articulation.
So, and the idea behind that, there's an art button on this, and it's to really help with the nuances of not only touch sensitivity, but real articulation that can start very soft, and a lot of times kids who are getting this have a very light touch when they're learning piano because they're trying to learn the sheet music. Are they in the right spot? And they very shyly hit the note. And a lot of times they need to know that like that little small movement would have caused the piano to play or would have caused the instrument to play. And they want to bring all those little small articulations down to playing here in your
And they've changed that articulation to where it actually has an effect on the sound. So when you're playing, for example, what I'll do when I go in and do the demo is I'm going to go in and demo on the tenor sax.
Yeah.
You hit it real hard, it turns into what used to be another sound called a growl sax. So you can get the growl sax sound if you just want that one or two note, because the super articulation is designed for non-keyboard sounds. So you have violins, trumpets, particularly the flute has another one in it.
Yeah.
It's got that hard wind attack and then backed up with a nice tone. So there's a lot of different specialties with the articulation that actually affect some of the voices that are in there as well too.
And a lot of these ideas came from their kind of trickle down.
Their feedback.
And so what Yamaha does is it has the Clavinova series, it has the Arias series, it has all these series of digital pianos that it offers, and some of them are over $10,000.
Right.
And all that technology slowly makes its way down. And here we live in an age where the entry line keyboards that Yamaha are making are more powerful than some of their most advanced ones 25 years ago. And we've seen so much technology come out of these. And just incredible instruments. A lot of colleges and universities, for their first-time piano playing classes, especially here in the age of COVID, they've been saying, hey, go out there and buy that $200 Yamaha keyboard. Like, it's instead of a textbook, buy this keyboard, and we're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff on this. But having touch sensitivity has been super important for them. And so not only on the piano sounds where they've done that touch sensitivity and kind of dialed it in here on the new series, the PSR-E373, and here the EW310. But they do the articulation on some of those other voicings, and so kind of get the full experience of music and not just piano and practicing.
And a lot of educators in whether they're private or in public schools, a lot of times you have the chorus and the choir teachers and directors that have a keyboard very similar to this, if not one like this. This is one that they will look at so they can have portability and go from classroom to classroom. And then a lot of times they even teach like a choir or chorus singing at a nursing home or some other outside facilities. These are perfect for it.
You brought back memories. I was like, when I was in choir, we went and sang Christmas carols at all the nursing homes.
That's why I mentioned it.
My choir teacher would bring something very similar to this. It's battery powered. She brought the adapter just in case. And that's something we did want to talk about. Make sure you're looking at the accessories when purchasing the PSR series, because all of these do not come usually included with an adapter. So that's something that plugs into the wall. Most of them have battery options, so you can put batteries in it, take it portable. But there are a lot of websites. I know on our website, of course, we have packages built where the headphones and the power adapter come in there. But so make sure if you're looking at it and you're like, why is this one $25 more? It's a little bit of a price jump, but why is this one more? Usually it's because it has that power adapter, that headphones, a couple goodies from Yamaha, but they build it as a package. You also need to look at stands. I think it's important to make sure that you're picking a stand that's going to fit, something that has 76 keys like this. A lot of your single brace stands or double brace stands, they call them single X or double X, those will do the job, but just make sure you're looking at the right one. And if you need a pedal, these sometimes, depending on which model you're looking at, will come with like a square pedal, but if they need that full pedal, you got to make sure that you're looking at the right package for that. Well, Ted, we're going to listen to it. We're going to listen to some of the new sounds. I'm going to have you play it for us and listen to some of those rhythms, the styles. Great sounding instrument. We did really enjoy the 373, but this is the bigger...
The bigger brother.
Yeah, the bigger brother. And so if you do need that 76 keys as a requirement or as a necessary thing for your first instrument, this would be a great place to look. Let's listen to it.
Well, Patrick, what'd you think?
I mean, it sounded great. I had heard you on the 373, so I did get a preview. But I'm just a great sounding instrument. I really the updated sounds that they did put on there really kind of sound way better. And just neat sounding playing instrument. What did you think about the way it felt?
Well, I'll tell you this: just having more keys, your comfort level comes way up in playing. So I'm trying to tell myself it shouldn't make a difference, but it seems like it does when you have a little bit more
it's the
breathing
same
room.
action.
It's the same everything, but it just seems to be a little bit more, I guess, satisfying, or gratifying when playing it with the extra keys in it. There's a better comfort range.
Yeah. And so, again, wanted to hit on that super articulation light. It's a cool feature here on this one, on the PSR-EW, and also on the PSR-E373. But they have something that actually will teach kids how to kind of play a little bit. It's called a touch tutor. And that touch tutor is going to teach them the importance of dynamics. A lot of the time, people ask, well, what's the difference in a grand and an upright? And these are big, complex discussions. But really, it all comes down to how much dynamic control you have and how much touch control you have. And they're trying to address that all the way here in this price point that is an affordable price point that's a beginner instrument, and trying to address that all the way down here.
It really is an amazing feature, because the first thing from a little kid to an elderly person, if you give them a drum and a stick, the first thing they're going to do is find out all the different ways you can hit a drum as you're playing. And that gives you the ability to do that with all of the sounds on here, is different types of sensitivity, pressure, and dynamic response from the instrument.
And so just very cool, wanted to touch on that. Also, if you are a more advanced player, if you're a teacher, if you're looking for something that's portable, this also has a USB to device, which controls it as a USB controller, or sorry, as a MIDI controller. So you just, with one cord, really can plug it in to the back of here, plug it into your computer, and start using it as a MIDI device, which is very cool. A very nice feature for a lot of people. If you're someone who works in an office but likes to write music, or if you work at a church and you sometimes like to write down ideas, using a MIDI control can be super helpful and can help you with scoring. It can help you with pretty much using
arranging and everything.
Anything and everything. So just really cool technology that they're pouring all the way down at this price point, that makes it a usable instrument for anybody and everybody right out of the box. Very, very amazing. The LED display thing is also very helpful. It shows what notes you're playing and how it translates to a piano. Just really cool technology and features that Yamaha has put in a lot of their keyboards for a long time. Seeing it here in this price point is a great opportunity. Make sure this is the right one for you. If you're looking up things for weighted keys, this might not be the right one for you, because it does have a spring action. Make sure you're asking those questions to your piano teachers, or to potential piano teachers that you're looking at. There's a lot of questions, and we try to be as upfront as we can on that, but bring you guys good information on this. Ted, thank you for playing for us today.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, and I'm Patrick. We're with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com, where we have a chat agent available. Hopefully we can answer any and all of your questions that you have. If you need any more information on this, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. If you've played one, if you have one, and want to leave some comments for other potential purchasers, I'm sure they will appreciate any feedback that you have, and any reviews that you might be able to type out real quick. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please subscribe to our other channels, subscribe to this channel. We love to bring you guys content and appreciate all the support you guys give us. Thank you.